again, everybody. This is Derek coming back at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In today's video, we're going to continue on with our What's in the Box series. And lately, I've been doing a lot of Italian Army blisters, and that is due to the fact that I'm actually working on a commission for a customer, and so I'm taking the opportunity to show you actually what is in those boxes or blisters. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at the Italian Army Breda 20mm AA gun, or 2cm AA gun. Okay, so it's going to be 3 crew members and the gun. Okay. And it does come with its own 60mm base. Okay, so you have one gunner who's seated on a chair. He actually has a chair up on his back. And on that model, there is an arm, a separate arm that needs to be glued onto him. Okay, just so you know. There's another loader. He's got a tray of shells in his hands, and then you have this officer that's got his hands on a bag, possibly, I don't know what kind of bag that might be, but he's got binoculars in his hands, and they're actually canted upwards, which I thought was really good because he's the officer for an AA gun. Yeah. And these guys are all your standard Army Italians with their leg wraps. Okay. You get a tripod for the gun, which is angled upwards. I'm sure it would sit right inside there, and then he would be seated possibly on one of these legs. I'll have to take a look. There is these 2 little pieces that stick out, which I was assuming it is where the wheels would be attached, but on the picture of the, okay, that just popped right off. The picture on the website shows these wheels are actually sitting in the dirt beside the gun, like they were taken off of the carriage, or maybe, yeah, just, like removed from the carriage so that the carriage would sit on the ground, which I think is kind of a cool touch. I'll have to do a little research on that to see exactly how that goes, but there's these other pieces here that I don't know where they go, but one looks like a traversal wheel, and the other one looks like an elevation wheel, right? So that's probably what those are. And then this is it might be a bar. That there's a lot of flash. I just have to go out on a limb and say that. But that might be a bar where the seat is supposed to be mounted to it. I have a feeling that's a possibility, so we'll have to take a look at that. All right, so let's go ahead and adjust the focus. Let's take a look at these. Let's zoom in and get a close-up. All right, guys, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this gun a little bit. That's the gun. It's a 20mm AA gun, so it's going to be very light, right? Light gun. Okay. Here's one of the 2 wheels. It looks like it's got, your rubber inner tube style wheel, and you get 2 of those. And here is the tripod, and you can see it has those two little wheel attachments. So not exactly sure how they want me to assemble this. But again, remember, once all these videos are uploaded, I'm going to do a final follow-up video that shows all of the models as part of this commission painted, so you'll get a chance to see what it looks like. That looks like a traversal wheel. That one looks like an elevation wheel. But then there's this thing. I don't know if that's part of it, which I would assume it is. That might actually rest on the ground, and then the seat rests on top of that up here somewhere. I don't know. Maybe some of that looks like flash. Some of it looks like it's supposed to be there. So I'm gonna have to figure out what all that is. Here's the gunner who's sitting, missing his arm. Ammo across his chest. You see how he's got that chair. Some of his fabric is poking through because there's probably like an open back chair. Then his arm. Here's the guy holding shells. Getting ready to load them. And then finally you got the guy with the binoculars. He's got a bag in his hand. And then he's got binoculars, and they're looking upwards. All right, so that was the Italian Army Breda 2cm AA gun and crew, and for the Italian Army. All right, so thanks for coming out and checking out that video, and be sure to stay tuned. At the end, I should have all of them painted, and you'll get a chance to see what it looks like when I'm done. All right, I'll catch you in the next video.